Hi guys, hope you're all well. I'm back again with week 2 of Inktober. Just in case you didn't see the first part, which I would highly recommend go checking out, I'll explain it once again. Inktober is a traditional art challenge where you draw something every day in ink based off the daily prompts for a month. And since I am a digital artist, I decided to bend the rules a little bit and just use the prompt list as something that would get me back into drawing new things and trying new techniques and challenges. In part 1, I rated all of my pieces and the average was 7.1 rounded to 1 decimal place. I'm just realizing now that this video is getting very math oriented and I sound like my math teacher. You know what? It doesn't matter. So last week was 7.1 out of 10, therefore theoretically if I try hard, this week should be a higher score? Spoiler alert, it was not higher. Opal, stop interrupting yourself. Okay, geez, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess the score is kind of up to the prompts, because if I get something really vague, then naturally it's going to be not as good. Knowing me at least. Anyway, I've done enough talking, let's get on to this week's drawings. So we are now on day 8. The prompt was toad, so let's play a game. What did Opal decide to draw for the word toad? A toad, B, a frog, or C, a weird mix of both that shouldn't be called a frog or a toad? Correct, the answer is C. Now, I will admit this is probably just because I forgot what a toad looked like. The main difference is toads have shorter legs and warty skin. My creature, it has the body of a toad but the skin and appearance of a frog. Which is, I mean, it's not bad, it's not a bad thing, but somehow it looked better in my head. Also, since this whole challenge is a little bit Halloween related, I added a little witch hat to him and a potion bottle. I don't mind this one, I just wish the colours worked better together. I think if the spots on his back weren't as dark, it would look better. I'm indifferent, so I'll give him a 5 out of 10. On Monday, day 9, the word was bounce. At first I was going to draw a lamb because they were the only animate object I could think of that is commonly described as bouncy. I say animate because I'm not going to draw a bouncy ball. But then I just thought of animals who actually jump around and the obvious choice was a bunny. So I drew this little brown rabbit that was jumping using a couple of references. It started off with just one sketch and then I decided to do 3 drawings of the same bunny, crouching, jumping and landing. I like the sketchiness of this and also the simplicity of the colours. It's also just extremely cute. I rate it a 6.5 out of 10. I really liked day 10. The prompt was fortune, which was a little bit vague at first, but I quickly linked it to a crystal ball or those fortune-telling tents that people go into just for fun and then they regret it later because they realise that the whole life was predicted by a random stranger. I mean, those are the stories I've heard of at least. Anyway, I decided to draw a crystal ball in the talons of a dragon because talons look cooler than hands and they have claws. I added lots and lots of crazy lighting and many sparkles. I'd say this is one of my favourites of this week because I just like how it links to the theme. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Day 11. Finally, we've reached the second column. I feel like this is roughly where people start to lose motivation and drop off the challenge, so I'm quite proud of myself. It's also thanks to your guys' support, so I would really appreciate it if you guys could like the video or even subscribe. It always makes my day. So, the prompt for Wednesday was wonder. I feel like a lot could have been done for this and there was a lot of possibility. However, I decided to play it safe and just draw a dog on a hill looking at the moon and a quote from a song because it randomly came to mind. As you can tell, I tried to draw a person as well. However, as I stated last time, for me, because my human drawing skills can be a little temperamental. Yeah, so I decided maybe not. I like the lighting and kind of lonely feel of this one. It would have been nicer if there was a tad more detail, but overall I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Day 12 was bad. I mean, okay, it wasn't the worst. I lost a lot of motivation, and also the theme was spicy, which was just very annoying. Also, they spelt it with an E on the prompt list, which is wrong according to Google, but it's okay, everyone makes mistakes. I really didn't know what to do apart from draw a little chili pepper. I mean, when I searched it up on Pinterest, a lot of Korean and Japanese food popped up, so I could have drawn ramen or something, but I don't know, I just wasn't satisfied with that idea. There is also the possibility that I could have drawn something a little bit less PG, but this is a family-friendly channel, so I immediately dismissed that idea. And then I gave up and I just drew a fiery dragon. To be honest, I like the pose at least, and the line art. But when I finished, I decided that I should draw something extra, a little bonus piece. So I drew a meme. It made me very happy. I'll rate them collectively a 6 out of 10. Now for day 13, I failed to draw on Friday because I get home very late on those days. Instead, I started it before I went to bed and finished it the next day. The prompt was rise, and I quickly sketched up 2 birds ascending together. The feathers were literal hell to draw, so I wouldn't say it was the most enjoyable process. However, I really like the composition and dramatic vibes of this one. I didn't have much time to work on lighting, so I added some simple shading based off this reference I found, and that was it. I love this one so much, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Day 14 was castle. Now, I never really draw buildings, and when I do, they're normally quite plain and simple, so I did consider skipping this one. But I thought to myself, no Opal, don't you dare skip this one. The whole point of this is to try new things, and you're not doing anything new by sitting on your bum and binging YouTube shorts. Yeah, I did it in the end. I used the grid feature in Procreate for guidance to get the cool angle, and I really like the different levels of the turrets. I think the shading brought this one together, and the background added a much needed splash of colour. The stars were difficult at first, but I added some glow and it looked better. I'll rate this one an 8 out of 10 because of the amount of times I thought of giving up. That's it for this week. Sorry if the editing is a little bit rushed. I didn't have much time today because of homework, etc. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, subscribe, comment what you think, or leave a like. Small things like this really motivate me to make more videos, and they also just generally make me happy. That being said, see you guys soon and have a wonderful week.